Hi Aries, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot, and I'm here to do your January 2019 reading. I apologize profusely in taking so long to get your video out. I had a lot of personal reading requests, and I really needed the money, so I did all those first, but I do appreciate your patience, and finally I'm here to do it. So I'm using the Mythic Tarot again this month. I'm just waiting for a new set of cards to come in. The reason I'm getting so many personal reading requests is I have a holiday special right now, 45 minutes for $45. And I use a combination of the tarot cards and the playing cards in that reading, or whatever you request. Really, it's up to you. It's your reading. So, what are the messages for Aries, January 2019? Oh, got an itch. All right. I have a feeling you're doing some soul searching right now, Aries. You know, there's so many signs that are. There's like an urge to mend fences before the new year, mend fences or cut people out, or you want to be fresh for the new year. You want to be fresh and you want to be ready. There's some sort of, you don't define it in words that way in your head, but it's a feeling of it. You know, I'm done with that. Or, you know, I think I better finally have that talk with that person, and enough time has passed, or something like that, you know. You want to cross your T's and dot your I's for some reason right now before the new year, and so that you're fresh. You don't have any baggage from this year still with you, still hanging on to you. They're ready. They're ready. So, my darlings. All right. So, I'm just going to turn these over here. I don't usually do this, and for some reason I got a craving to now. So, I'm going to go with it. So, your first card, I'm doing a past, present, future reading. And the first card in your past, oh, I want to stop and explain something, because I get a few questions and I get a few people writing saying, well, that's not happening right now. What I mean by the past is probably right now where we are in December or before this. And the present is like the first week or two in January, and the future is the end of January and thereafter. So if I say in your future, it means the end of January. It's not going to happen right away in January. But saying that, you know, time is a bit fluid, and so some things you've already experienced and some things you haven't seen happen yet. So, you know what I mean. I just want to be clear that all of these cards don't mean right now, or don't mean January 1st, you know. They have to unfold. So, the first card in your past is the Two of Swords. And as you can see, it's someone feels in the middle here, between two people that are at odds. They're crossing swords. So they're arguing, disagreeing, they can't seem to get along, and you could feel in the middle. One person is very defensive, and the other person is very sensitive. And you're really tired of listening to it. It's like, get it over with already. And it's also draining you. See what I said? You're done with this stuff. Like, you're going to say, listen, you guys got to figure it out. Or, I'm not sure if it's at work or at home. It has a flavor of work, if you ask me. There's conflict at work, okay? And it's draining you. Like, you're drained from this. You're done. I don't want to deal with this anymore. So you're going to kind of draw a line in the sand and say, okay, that's it. That's it for me. Like I said, you want to get rid of anything that's hanging on, that's still pulling you back, you know, and you want to finalize that, cut the ties or whatever, so that you're fresh for the new year. Fresh for the new year. The world, you've come full circle. And you've learned a lot from these struggles. Like, you learn from your failures and your struggles, and you learn from your achievements as well. And I was just saying to someone yesterday, you know, when we're on our way to what we're here, what we're meant to do, it's like we're on the yellow brick road, like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And she stops in the Munchkin City, and she meets the Scarecrow, and she meets the Tin Man, and she meets the Lion, and she falls asleep in the Field of Poppies. And there's all these little stops along the way to the Emerald City. And the Emerald City represents where you finally find what you're meant to do, what you're here for, basically, what your gift is that you have to give. And the Scarecrow and Tin Man and Lion and all these stops along the way, and the people, there's something to be learned at each place, and that you may need something from that person. They have something to impart to you, and that you're going to need when you get to, or along the way, to the Emerald City. And so, you know, some could feel like failures that you didn't succeed at that, but you weren't meant to. You were meant to just stop and pick up something for your toolkit, and that you'll need along the way. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I'm never gonna, where do I belong? And a lot of us are feeling that. Where am I going? Where do I belong? But you know, you're on your way, and you're picking up things on your toolkit. And this says exactly that. You know, you've picked up things along the way for your toolkit, lessons about finances, lessons about love and achievement and communication, you know, and you're to use all these things where you're going, okay? So I hope that helps a little bit, that analogy. The 5 of, in your present, jumping ahead, is the 5 of Wands. And this is a battle with material reality. There's what you need to do and what you need to get and where you need to get, but there, it doesn't seem achievable with what you have right now. So there's still some things you need to get to, I mean, I think it's your creative mind, how you're thinking, how you're approaching the problem. You're thinking, well, geez, I don't have a giant bow and arrow to kill this dragon, or to something to make it sleep or distract it. What am I going to do here? And so all the normal ways of solving this problem aren't working. So you got to think outside the box. This is really a think outside the box kind of card, and take a different approach to something, because how you're doing it isn't working. So you need a different approach, okay? You know, and it's funny, I say that a lot, that, look it, It's a different approach. I know that one's a sword and one's a wand, but you need a different approach of how you're handling perhaps communication at work, or you could be in human resources maybe at work, or managing people. Maybe this is, you know, and at work, for some of you who aren't working, this is in your circle, or creatively, maybe you're a tattoo artist in your kitchen, you know, and you know, there's people that come and hang around all the time while you're doing, and they're over there arguing and fighting, and it's really, you know, and you have to say, listen, guys, you can't come here anymore. You're interrupting my business. This is my oasis, my sanctuary, and go to your own house and fight. I don't have a problem with you fighting, but just don't do it here. You know, you gotta define yourself, clarify your feelings, you know. Anyway, it's a challenge. It's a bit of a challenge because, like I said, it's stepping outside your box. You're not really used to having to confront this in a way. And I'm finding a lot of now, a lot, people aren't saying what they mean. You know, for instance, if I ask someone, you know, would you be interested in coming and cleaning my house once a week? And meanwhile, they're not really interested at all. And they're saying, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll come this week. And a week goes by and they don't show up. And it's like, how come they didn't come over? Why didn't you just tell me you don't want to do that? I will go on to the next person and ask them the next person. You know, it's not clear messages. The messages need to be clear. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I am. Anyway, here's a very clear message. This is a message coming in, the Page of Wands. As you can see, it's a message of success, okay? He's succeeded. He's riding over the lands on this, and you know, obviously this goat or this ram doesn't have wings, but that's how he's feeling about this news. Like, you just want to spread it around. It's a news of success, and this is success in your achievements. You know, also in communication. Communication is huge in your reading, Aries. Huge. There's a huge thing with communication. And I think it's saying what you mean and mean what you say. And you got to ask that of others, too. You know, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because others don't really, like, everybody's avoiding, actually, any sort of confrontation. And they're agreeing with stuff they don't agree with. Or they're, you know what I mean? Instead of saying, no, I'm kind of too busy to do that. I'm really swamped. So could you think there's somebody else you might have on your, you know, in mind, Lynn? So, and it's just a waste of time, really, to go around in circles. Oops. So the next card you have in your present is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is exactly about communication. This could be a lawyer, or somebody who's bringing balance to the situation. This could be you, Aries, in this, like, feeling this, that you know, you've decided, I need to be clear. I can't complain when I'm giving mixed messages. So I'm going to be clear. I'm going to bring balance to this whole situation. Also, this could be an air sign, air male or female, coming into your life, like in the immediate present. 5 days, perhaps, or like January 5th, okay? And like I said, this person is a communicator. They say what they mean and mean what they say. And it's refreshing, to tell you the truth, because you're very clear about what someone wants of you or doesn't want. You're clear on the demands, you know. I think it's a new way of communicating for you, really, because like I said, you've come full circle, and there's something about right now that you want to mend the fences and you know, shed any issues, problems you have around you right now. You want to solve them, or like say, see ya. And so I think you have a new way of communicating now. If this is an air sign coming around you, it is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And they're all very good communicators, sometimes to a very blunt point. They could be the ones that are sending this message back with the Page of Wands. They might help you figure out that situation, thinking outside the box. How am I gonna figure this out? You know, so they might be helping you in that way. In your future, near the end of January, is the Six of Swords, another sword. So this is about you, like I said, you're done with that turbulence. You're done with crossing swords and communicating ineffectively, okay? You want to go into calmer waters. And you, like, look at how he's standing there. You know, he feels very justified in what he's doing. He knows what he's doing is right for him. And this is you now. Like, I think this is all around a communication problem. It is. It's surrounding the whole reading. It's everywhere. And I think that there may be no solving it. Like, we can't tell people don't be like that, you know. You can say, don't be like that in my kitchen, but you can't say, don't be like that. So they may continue on with their dysfunctional communication. You can say, see you later. I'm moving away from this. This isn't what I want in my life anymore. I want to communicate differently. I want to communicate calmly, you know. I want to solve things calmly. I want to heal and feel clear. Like, I want to clear my head of all this on the gerbil wheel in there, right? And here you are. You know, this is mental prison. This is kind of crying wolf. Kind of complaining, but not really do anything about it. So, you know, it takes a while to correct something, okay? You can say, I'm not doing that anymore. But if it's something that you were raised in and been doing all your life, it takes a while to correct that. Practice makes perfect. Here you're saying, oh, geez, I'm, you know, so surrounded by bad communicators. I thought I got away from all that. But yet, you know, you see the phone ringing, and it's one of those people, and you pick it up. Well, you know, they're probably still on that thing, and here you are, you know, tired and back on the wheel again. So, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. Just keep practicing and just keep trying to, like, you don't have to pick up the phone because someone's calling. You don't have to. You can have a text relationship with them, because texting, you can answer or not answer. You know, when you're right on the phone with someone, they can be talking. You can't sit there dead air. So, you know, you might, like I said, different ways to solve this issue, and don't be too hard on yourself. Forgive yourself and just try to do better next time. And keep practicing. You'll get better and better at it. Your last card is the Emperor. Now, in the Emperor in the best conditions, this could be a father figure in your life, Or this could be you, you know, feeling more in control now. Like getting used to this. You've really learned something. It's, I think it's helped you evolve and mature in some ways. And I think that you've come, you're more in control of your world. You know, like I said, we can't control what other people do or how they behave. We can only control how we behave and how we talk in our world, and hope that it influences others. Hope that they learn from us. You know, we don't have to give them little lectures. We can just say, I don't want to be like that anymore. It doesn't feel good. And I've learned that it's not getting me anywhere. You know, people talk, but they don't listen. So I've decided to change. And you don't have to make a speech and tell everybody that either. But you're feeling more in control. And it's because you're changing the way you communicate, and listening is part of that too. You know, what we're willing to listen to. My mother, my mother had a couple of sayings. One is, don't ask how, like she would say about this one aunt of ours, she'd say, don't ask her how she is, she'll tell you. Like, you know, she'll go on and on about her, you know, her woes and everything. So be careful what you ask, you know, you might just get it. And then the other thing she would say is, if someone started to gossip to her about a friend of hers or someone that she liked or admired, she'd say, actually, I really like that person and I don't want to talk about them like that. She'd stop it right in the tracks. Stop it right in the tracks. And, you know, of course, someone's like, well, I never, you know. And, but they'll go on to somebody else that wants to gossip about people. Gossip is the most biggest waste of time there is. And that's another thing she used to say. It's so non-productive. But there's something to be learned there. And sometimes I would catch myself doing it because, and I'd say, oh, geez, you know, that doesn't make me feel good at all. I don't want to do that anymore. And sometimes you're in it a little bit. You're kind of caught in the web, and you're like, oh, how'd I get in here? Because you listened. And listening is active in it. Even though you're not saying it, you're listening. It's still being active in the gossip or whatever the negative talk is, okay? I hope this is resonating for you, Aries. And, you know, it's not lectures or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm saying that you're rising above all this. You're rising above all this. You're changing how you communicate, and you're going to love it. It's going to bring you a lot of, well, it's going to make you feel powerful. You know, it's going to make you feel, I think it's going to make you see clearer. Because, you know, the Emperor, he's holding lightning. And like I said, it's going to make you feel more powerful. He's holding the world, so more control over your world. And he also has the eagle on his shoulder. The eagle flies the highest and sees the farthest. And see how high he's sitting up there on the world, you know? And so the higher you are, the further you can see. And so there's a certain amount of clarity with how you see situations now. You're seeing them differently, okay? And better, you know, more clear. So I'm going to clarify these cards with the playing cards. And I just kind of shuffle until some jump out, and those are your cards. I don't really like I was saying, let's get clarification on this and that, but this is a clear reading to me. Like, it's so much about how you're changing your communication for the better. So it's awesome. Okay, Queen of Diamonds jumped out. So this is a woman that's very good with money. They say husband money. She's very good at taking care of the ranch or the home and the finances, you know, while the husband's away, so to speak. She may be an older woman with some maturity as well, you know. Anyway, she could have green or blue eyes and have like a white or platinum hair. It could be gray too, but I see it's more white. It's also kind of frizzy, maybe about down to here, you know, shoulder length. From the front, all I can see is it here, and it's kind of not frizzy, but not like straight and soft like that. I think she has some sort of financial advice, or has advice. It could be one of the people involved in the communication issue, or maybe this is who they're talking about unfairly, you know. Let's get some more clarity. Let's get some more clarity. So what's going... Woo! That communication right there. This is the communication card. It's... Let's see what the other... Oh, two of them. Ha, ha, ha. So, the King of Spades, the Two of Clubs, let's just see. I'm going to put it like this and like this. Okay, so here's how it came in. Okay? So, this is a very dark-eyed man, dark features. He's also known as... he communicates harshly. And not just because he's dark, you know, don't get all upset or offended, but he's very frank with his communication. And there's a lesson that couldn't be learned from this person, because they do say what they mean and mean what they say, but they could be mean with what they say. Okay? But the communication is between these two. There's going to be some sort of a meeting. One of these two people could be you, Aries. Okay? This man could be a widow. Okay? He could be a widower, I mean. So this could be some sort of a business meeting. I think, you know, I'm getting the feeling this communication issue could be around work. And it's really non-productive. So, you know, maybe there will be a meeting called and to bring some professionalism to the situation and say that it can't go on anymore. You know, if you want to work here, this is going to stop. You got to control yourself and go see a counselor or something, you know, because it's disrupting everybody. God, this is a communication reading. Holy Aries. I'm going to take a little bit more, a few more cards here, see what we have to say for Aries, January 2019. Aries, 2000. You know, the great thing about this little bunch is, that light, is it looks like it's working on a solution. To me, it's working on a solution. Let's have a meeting, because we got to solve it, or you just got to stop it. That's all there is to it. Like, you can't go around work harassing people, or you gotta conduct yourself properly. Okay. Come on, cards. What do you got for Aries? January 2019. What's going on with this communication here? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, see this one? You know, this guy's caught in the middle. And in between these two people who are crossing swords, okay? But this, you know, this is a success card, the Three of Diamonds. It's kind of like the initial wish, the first part of the wish coming true. It's working on it, working towards a solution. And it is starting to figure itself out. It's starting to line up. You're saying, listen, we're all on the same team here, you know, and whatever your speech is, but it's readjusting everybody. Listen, you know, everybody's zigzag like this. We need to be lined up, and everybody's got to communicate the same way. You know, you may, like I said, you draw a line there. You know, and you say we've got, it's got to be the same. And I think this is in this meeting, like a meeting's being called, whether it's a family meeting. I have a feeling it's at work, because it says it here. This too is like a work meeting, and it's going to be called to order. And this card is order. It's order. Everyone is working together. Okay? And it's exactly what you wanted to begin a new year. Like, come on, let's begin this new year working together. Okay? So, Aries, that is that. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to those who celebrate it. Happy New Year. I'm so excited for this new year to come. As you know, it's a 3 this year, and that's more productive. You know, working things out, getting things moving in the right direction, working toward, you know, the wheel turning, starting to move forward. And I think it's just going to be a more jovial year. It's going to be feeling spirits lifted, you know. Anyway, I want to thank you all for sticking with me through the last few months this year, through some of the hardships that I've been through. I so appreciate it. You're so wonderful. And I just want to let you know, I was talking about the yellow brick road and the gift and what we're all meant to do here. And we want to feel important. We want to feel useful. And I just want to let you know that you've helped me feel that way. Like, I was feeling like that too. And you, with all your comments, and really have made me feel that way. I feel important, and I feel useful because of you and how I help you. It's my gift, and I'm happy to share it. Thank you so much. Bye for now.